Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Code Realized Guardian of Rebirth. And last time we saw the most beautiful bad ending ever. Ever. Just ever. And we're about to go back and go down the normal thing. So, normal, heading toward the normal / good ending. Again, we're going to do the normal ending. I almost fell off my bounty ball. God. I just bounced too much, and I bounced backwards and was like, shit, I almost lost my balance. Anyway, we'll go down the normal route first before we do the good ending, because it's so much better to end on the good ending. But anyway, we're back on the normal / good route, because, all paths lead to that. Kill me? What are you talking about, Saint Germain? Miss Spacey? I smile, clutching at my chest. I'm probably not smiling right, but still, I try my best to present him with some semblance of a smile. I was never alive, so whatever you're doing, it's not killing me. Yes, that was the answer that has always been in my heart. The answer is my empty body. You heard from Omnibus, didn't you? You saw in that underground facility. Father was not able to create a perfect form of life. I don't have a heart or emotions. I'm just a doll pretending to live. That's why my voice trembles. But in the end, this is the only thing I can think to do that would lessen his pain. You don't need to hesitate or suffer over this. You're not killing a person, you're simply breaking a non-living doll. It wouldn't be a crime. Saying this out loud actually makes me feel exhilarated. Saint Germain just stares at my smile in amazement. Ah! He put his nabs away. Why? Huh? Why are you looking at me that way? Your life is about to be ended by my hands. How are you able to smile like that when faced with certain death? Why, he asks. There's only one answer to that. Because it will save you. You won't need to suffer any longer. If sacrificing this pathetic imitation of life will bring an end to Saint Germain's suffering, aren't you frightened? Saint Germain? There's a hint of anger in his eyes. If my blade pierces you, you will never wake again. You will never laugh or cry or care for anyone else. That's right. You'll never carry on a conversation with Lupin and the others over tea, after meals. Stop. Or look at the changing scenery of the city as we walk through it together. Don't remind me. Or laugh alongside us. Spending time together? None of it. Stop! She was angry, so I got mad. He was being gentle. You'll never do this. He should have gotten angrier, but I can't. I don't know how to, He always has such a delicate tone. I don't know how to make him sound angry. I suppose I just did it. Okay, whatever. I cover my ears and shake my head. I was trying so hard not to think about any of this. Why? Why would you say these things to me? Why now? I wanted to end my life with a smile. Telling me this, it just makes me fear death. It's natural to be frightened. At least, I'm afraid to kill you. I'm afraid to lose you. This is no good. I can no longer hold in my weakness. Saint Germain sees me at a loss for words and slowly begins to speak. Don't you feel that way too? I'm scared. Of death? Of not being able to see your smile anymore? Of course I'm afraid. Once the words begin pouring out, I can no longer stop them. I'm not even human. I'm a monster, but still, I don't want to die. I'm causing such a scene, even though I know that my cries will only make Saint Germain suffer further. I want to live with you. Oh, little smile. I clicked it too fast. Saint Germain holds his blade up once more with a smile. With his peaceful smile, he slowly raises the blade higher. I hear the blade whisper through the air. I swear to God, that's all I can see is Jareth the Goblin King and those fucking eyes when he looks at us like that. It's just freaking weird. Anyway, the blade reflecting the moonlight stops directly in front of my eyes. I thought we were going to get a CG. Saint Germain? If he had continued his swing, he would have been released from his torment. I look up, dumbfounded, as Saint Germain lowers his sword. Kill you? Me? Kill you? With this blade? There's no way I could do that. But So what if you're a doll? So what if you're a monster? He puts the blade away, his voice trembling, and extends his hand to me. This is fucking adorable. I love this so much. Then he forcefully grabs my arm and rips away my glove. What are you doing? He can't be killed. Oh God. Saint Germain doesn't reply. He just gently presses my cursed hand against his face. He can't die, right? Oh my God, but he can burn! No, but your pretty face! This is so sad! I was thinking he can't die, so maybe he's unaffected by our poison, but no. White smoke begins to rise instantly, and I hear the sound of burning flesh. Ow! Oh, through his gloves too, but I thought his gloves were... What are you doing? Saint Germain, let me go! I won't. I desperately try to pull my hands away, but he won't release me. Please let go! My voice sounds like a scream. I can feel the sensation of a loved one's life burning away against my skin. I mean, that's traumatizing. Like, don't traumatize me! But Saint Germain lovingly rests his cheek against my poison-filled hand. I am a monster. An immortal monster. I failed to die long ago, and now wander the present world as a corpse. Look at his sad eyes. That's why your poison means nothing to me. That doesn't... My words come to a stop. I finally realize that Saint Germain isn't smiling. He isn't smiling? Wait. It's all right, Miss Spacey. Don't be afraid to touch me. I alone can accept your touch. Saint Germain is crying. He's looking straight at me, weeping with an eternal sadness. Oh my God, I'm gonna die, guys. We are the same. If you weren't alive, then neither am I. If your life isn't worth anything, then neither is mine. So please, don't say such sad things. These are genuine words, straight from Saint Germain's heart, unimaginable from his usual demeanor. The warmth of pressing his skin directly against mine tells me that he's speaking nothing but the truth. I mean, seriously, he's letting you burn his face off. Having come this far, I finally realize why I suffer so. I love you. We already knew this, but it's still gonna make me cry. No matter what happens, no matter how great a crime I must commit, I want you to live and to smile. But then you won't. Who said you have any say in this? Saint Germain grips my hand tighter. Is he like literally committing suicide right now? Then he smiles more kindly than ever before. Your hand, when touched directly, is so soft and warm. Now, in this moment, there is nothing more important than that fact. Saint Germain's smile is unlike anything I've seen before. Nobody else can do this. Not Lupin, nor Imbe, nor anyone else. This privilege is mine alone. I'm the only one in the world who can know this warmth. Well, I mean, not really in the other paths, and, you know. He gently releases my hand, looking reluctant. Then at the same time, the horrible burn on his face begins to heal at an almost alarming rate. The skin on the side of his face had been charred black, but it returns to perfection as if time is running backwards. Your wound's healed? It's as if I'd never touched him, but the sensation still remains in my hand. I look down at my still trembling hand as Saint Germain narrows his eyes slightly and looks at me. Again, he's got his eyes closed. Oh, now there. Yes, as you can see, I told you I was a monster, didn't I? You're not a monster. You shouldn't say that. I could say the same to you. Oh, we both smile at one another. Saint Germain's smiling face is just as beautiful as it had ever been. I stare intently at his face. What's the matter? Did my face not fully heal? No, it's not that. It's just your smile just now looked so natural. That's probably because you helped to take my mask off. Saint Germain smiles joyfully, then looks straight at me. Oh, he's so fucking beautiful. It's Stabby. You can't be mad at him though, right? You're like, oh, I can't be mad at you for trying to stab me because you're beautiful, honey. Thanks to you, I know what I have to do, Miss Spacey. What you have to do? Yes, I'm prepared to fight against fate. Saint Germain stares into the darkness beyond the bridge and squints, as if trying to find something. There are 13 apostles under Omnibus, including myself. If I don't kill you, then Omnibus will likely send a new assassin after you. Right. How long will I be able to fight against the colossal opponent that has been controlling history itself? I remember Guinevere. If she were to attack again, there's no guarantee that I could get away safely. Don't look at me like that. I'll defeat them all. What? We are immortal, but that doesn't mean that we can't be killed. 100 times, 1,000 times, or even more. If we die enough times, even we will face a true death. I will slaughter the other 12 apostles, then defeat Omnibus. Saint Germain smiles as if what he said was completely normal. So, until I've defeated them all, we'll have to remain apart for a while. But I hastily raise my voice to raise the protest that crosses my mind. Wait, Saint Germain! You say you're going to defeat the apostles, but if you disobey Omnibus, won't she take away your immortality? That's true. Even if my immortality is revoked, my regenerative abilities will remain for some time. But that will disappear after a while. My body will collapse and I will eventually die. Then there's no way you can defeat so many immortal beings like that. If you're going to fight, at least you can ask Lupin and the others to help you. I can't do that. I don't want to involve them in murder. They are, after all, my precious friends. And if any of them were to die, there would be no saving them. I'm the only one who can counter them, having the same ability. As I try to continue my protest, he raises his index finger. Even if Omnibus does take away my immortality, there is still time until I die. Miss Spacey, I want to use all of that remaining time to save you. I won't let you. It's nothing special. It's the same as with any living person. Saint Germain smiles kindly, then strokes my hair soothingly. All people use the time they have until death for themselves, or the people they care about. I've lived for so long, and now I'm finally able to live like a normal person. But I want you to live with me. Oh, he got so close. Saint Germain suddenly draws me close to him and silences me. I'm so grateful to hear that, but that's an unattainable dream. A ghost, thousands of years old, met you and his heart was moved. That's all I can ask for. Saint Germain gently whispers into my ear, look, if we don't get to be together at the end of this, look, we didn't get to kiss Van Helsing and that was a cock block. You can't dick me like this game. You can't be like, oh, and then he dies, and then in the good ending I die. I mean, obviously not because he's in the second game, but still. Then they'll be like, oh, he had regenerative power. I mean, seriously. It makes me worry, though. Like, I know in my head that, he has to be fine, otherwise he wouldn't be in the second game, right? But at the same time, I'm like, I don't trust the game. I'm so scared. I'm scared for him. Saint Germain gently whispers into my ear. I shake my head wearily and resist. There has to be another way. A way we can live together, and you won't have to sacrifice yourself. We both want each other to be happy. It's not fair that one of us can't be. Our happiness only works if we're in it together. That's why... You're wrong, Miss Spacey. He deflects my weak plea and begins speaking clearly. For you to be alive and smiling in this world, that is my happiness. For that, I will sacrifice my life as many times as I have to. He places his finger gently against my neck. For a moment, a puff of white smoke rises up as his glove melts. I feel a slight pain in my neck. It feels like a piece of metal scratches against my skin, and there's a moment of delicate pain. Uh, Suddenly my body grows weak. Oh my god, did he just knock us out? What an asshole. I slump down as if a string holding me up has been cut. No matter how hard I try to move my body, I cannot move at all. What did you do? I had an anesthetic needle in my glove. Don't worry, you'll be able to move again in no time. Saint Germain really does intend to die. My heart is certain of this, and yet I'm unable to change his mind. Bye, my pretty prince. Tears overflow from my eyes and stream down my face. Uh, uh, my mouth is numb and my lips won't move. I can't speak. All I can do is stare at Saint Germain. You can't even tell him you love him before he dies. It may sound strange. He smiles as he looks at me. Now, finally, I feel like I'm truly alive. It's all you're doing. Thank you, Miss Spacey. You're welcome. Saint Germain says this quietly, and after stroking my hair for a moment, he turns his attention back to me. And goodbye. No, don't leave me. If you leave me now, I'm gonna die right on this fucking bridge. Ooh! Spacey's not even going to attempt to sing. That's why we sing horribly. Watch him disappear into the darkness. I want to run after him, to scream, "Don't go. Please don't go, girl." But my arms and legs, nothing moves. All I can do is look on as Saint Germain walks away. Yeah, but I bet he's cute when he leaves, too. Unless he's wearing a cape, then we can't see his butt. Oh, Omnibus's house. This is a cute little house. I want this in The Sims. We should make it. It's adorable with the little... Oh, I like it. It's adorable. I like it. In a corner of a forest, with the sunlight pouring through the leaves, the sound of birdsong can be heard. There is the peaceful sound of rustling leaves. A comfortable wind causes the trees to sway. Amidst this fairy tale-esque scene, there stands a small wooden house, quietly secluded from anywhere else. In this place that seems like it had been left behind in time, Omnibus sits in her wheelchair, as she does every day. I would imagine if you're in a wheelchair, it's because you can't stand, so therefore you are sitting in your wheelchair every fucking day. I'm just saying. Oh? The sound of clashing metal footsteps reaches her ears. Omnibus lazily raises her eyes at the sound, which seems so unfitting here. Oh my god, she is gorgeous! I know they said you never see her without her thing and she's beautiful, but holy fuck, she is gorgeous! Oh my god! Oh my god! Damn, girl! I mean, the queen was hot. Like, the queen is like, she's pretty, she's hot, the queen's beautiful, but this girl is like, oh my motherfucking god. Damn, she prettier than us. You know what it is? We're cute, but we have giant fucking saucer eyes. And like if our eyes were like normal size, we'd be so much prettier and less adorably cute than we are. We're like super cute, and she is like, holy fucking shit. Like, can we romance her? I want to romance her. She's fine. I'm not even a lesbian, but she gonna make me one because she is gorgeous. Jesus. And she looks so sad and forlorn. She's like a fairy princess. I can't. Guys, I can't handle the characters in this game. They're amazing. Anyway. One of the Idea apostles stands before her. It's the tragic queen in her massive suit of armor, Guinevere. Welcome home, Guinevere. Sorry to call on you so suddenly. I would come to you whenever you were in need. And what can I do for you today? 2 apostles have been killed. Oh, I don't want to kill Guinevere, though. She's too pretty. Oh, God. Ooh, ugh! That's all it takes for the 2 of them to understand what happened. Is Saint Germain serious? Is he seriously trying to rebel against Idea? Against you? I'm sure that he's serious. Just digging around, killed a couple people, I'm good now. I've already taken away his immortality. He will have some lingering powers for a while, but they should be growing weaker by the day. which means he doesn't have much time left. Guinevere lowers her beautiful face and whispers as if something is bothering her. What a fool.
He is a fool, to be sure, but he means to defeat us all, even at the cost of his own life. The 12 apostles of Idea and myself, all on his own.
I'll admit that his abilities are among the top 3 of the apostles. But even with his strength, it would be impossible to defeat us all. It's ridiculous. He has the power of love, sweetie. That's the best power you can have. Girl, where have you been? Oh, well, that's true. You're the tragic queen, right? Yeah. Guinevere lets out a small sigh in reaction to the reckless actions of her former comrade. Omnibus, however, merely looks up at the sky with a quiet expression.
I wouldn't say that it's completely impossible.
What do you mean?
For the first time since he became an apostle, he is fighting for himself. He is not on a mission for some nameless, faceless entity. He's fighting for himself and for the one he loves. I'm sure he's desperate. His desperation may even match yours, my strongest apostle.
I know better than anyone else the strength that fighting for a loved one can give you, and that at times it can lead to tragedy. Guinevere shuts her eyes tightly and clenches her hands into fists. I really hope that like he manages to get here and Guinevere and Omnibus are alive, and then that's the choice that we have to make is like, whatever. Because the choice is like, don't accept her terms, accept her terms. So I'm assuming it's Omnibus, but I really hope we don't kill Guinevere. I really kind of want her to live. Because she's cool. Like, Guinevere shuts her eyes tightly and clenches her hands into fists. Then she grasps the grip of her huge sword with a clang and turns around. There is no greater misfortune than to love someone that you shouldn't. I shall cut down Saint Germain's mistake. Is she gonna try to kill us? It's not nice, girl. Oh, chapter 13, guys, it's the last one! Promise. In the past. Oh, are we assuming we're reading Saint Germain again? I'll just go with that. In the past, I committed a crime. I wasn't able to. Oh! Is this Guinevere? Okay, I'm just gonna read it normal. In the past, I committed a crime. I wasn't able to love the one. Oh, that's true. Yes, because Guinevere married King Arthur, but she was in love with Lancelot. That's like the whole fucking like huge thing, right? So, in the past, I committed a crime. I wasn't able to love the one I was meant to love, and loved another who I was forbidden from loving. That was my crime. My name is Guinevere. I was the wife of King Arthur, who led the Knights of the Round Table and is hailed as a hero in the legends of Britain.
Arthur Pendragon.
Who is actually one of my sim characters. Anyway, Arthur Pendragon, a hero who is said to have fought off the Saxons during their invasion of Britannia, yeah, around the 6th century CE. His name is mentioned in connection with the legends of the Knights of the Round Table, Excalibur, and the Holy Grail. And now just so many Monty Python and the Holy Grail lines are going through my head. Oh, God. But his existence has yet to be proven. Hello, he was in a movie that Monty Python did. I believe he's real. There you go. My husband was a great king, worthy of his title of hero, who was celebrated as the greatest of leaders, an ideal king. Of course, as an ideal king's wife, I was expected to be the ideal queen. I never once considered it a burden. I had to support him, standing by his side as he ruled a nation, living alongside him for as long as we both lived. I stayed with Arthur, believing that would be my life. Side note, for my Sims, Arthur was actually the first Sim. Every time I tried to do an alphabet legacy, Arthur Pendragon was the starting of that freaking legacy in The Sims 3. I redid it a million times. I never got past like D or E. And now we're starting the Q generation. But that Arthur is not actually in the alphabet legacy. He's in my Oh no, he is. I merged them. I started out with a totally different family, and then I merged my Pendragon legacy in with the kitchen sink family that was my alphabet legacy, and now the Pendragons are our family. So yeah, technically, Arthur got in there somewhere. He started a whole other legacy, and his family moved in. He married in. His family married in. Merlin. Oh, I miss you, Merlin. Anyway, random side note bringing Sims into this game. But however, thinking back, perhaps the emotion that I felt for him was not love. Arthur was too perfect and noble to be engaged in an ordinary romantic relationship. I think what I felt toward him was not love, but respect and adoration. And that's why I was foolishly attracted to a man who was not my husband, one of the knights of the Round Table, the man most loyal to the king, Sir Lancelot, the Knight of the Lake. I fell in love with him, and unfortunately, his heart was drawn to mine as well. Our love, our deviation, was what brought about the war that split the land and the Round Table. Ultimately, our love, it destroyed the nation. In the ensuing war, I lost the husband I should have loved, Arthur. And the man I did love, Lancelot, became the target of many people. In that sense, Saint Germain and I are similar. We both failed to accomplish something that we should have, and lost so much as a result of it. Maybe that's why we were destined to meet. I had thrown myself off of a cliff, out of the guilt over the crime I had committed. The man appeared before me as I lay dying. Guinevere passed. She lived as queen until a specific incident caused her to join Idea. Oh, so he saved her life. Oh! So, oh my god, but she's stronger than him. That's cool. Girl power, bitch. What? Would you like me to save you? He wouldn't tell me his name. When I asked, he laughed, saying that names have little meaning. If you need something to call me, I suppose you could say I am a messenger of fate. Fate? Are you an angel or the devil? I am human, sadly merely a man. Queen Guinevere, you have been selected by Omnibus to become a member of Idea, to be a vessel containing the curse of immortality. Immortality? I had no interest in such things. My husband was dead, my nation in ruins, and Lancelot had left me. What was the point in living in such a world? I'm tired of it all. I just want to die. The man doesn't seem surprised at all and nods in response. How do these terms sound to you? If you agreed to devote yourself to the goal of leading people through history for all time, you shall be granted one wish. I have no interest in eternal life. If I get one wish, I wish for the restoration of honor to the knight who lost his for my sake. Lancelot committed no crime. It's not a crime to love the wife of your master. I'm pretty sure it is. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife. I mean, Jesus! People go around spouting religious shit. God. Read the book, people. I don't read the book. It's sad, though. Commandments, whatever the hell they are. I don't know. See, I don't know, but I know it. Naughty, naughty. If any blame is to be cast, then it should be on me for responding to that love. I mean, okay, good to her point. Like, you can love me all you want, but you can't love me. I'm in love with you, but you're not, like, making love to her. That's where it's... That's how I came to be an apostle of Idea. Omnibus's goal is to lead humanity down the correct path of history. I believe that this would be atonement for having stepped off the path of righteousness. Ugh. I was given the curse of immortality and a cursed item to bring out my strength. Accursed arms. The equipment given by Omnibus to Guinevere when she became a member of Idea. The arms consist of a full suit of silver armor that is stronger than it looks and dramatically increases the wearer's strength, along with a double-bladed sword. So if you get her out of that fucking armor, she nothing. A cursed suit of armor, which is only ironic after what I did to destroy the Knights of the Round Table. Wearing this, I continue to carry out Omnibus's missions as a member of Idea. When I'm engaged on a mission for the sake of history, that is the only time my heart is relieved of the guilt that burns me so. See, this is all, they're using your guilt against you, and this feels like demonic to me and not like holy. This is just... Oh God, we're Guinevere, okay. There's no use thinking about the past now, as I'll never get back what I have lost. I can never make another mistake again. Isaac's cursed daughter, Spacey. I'm reminded of when Saint Germain fought me in that subterranean hallway. He tried to protect her, and she, in turn, had tried to protect him. For some reason, my sword hesitated. Why? I'm just so fucking magical that I can make everybody not want to kill me, even when they want to kill me. That's great. That's a good talent to have, I'm not gonna lie. I shake my head to clear the memory from my mind. Whenever humanity deviates from its intended path, the result is always a great disaster. My task is to kill that girl, who could potentially be the key to another such calamity, even if the girl herself is innocent of any crime. He should be here soon. The sound of approaching footsteps stops. I look toward the sound and smile at the figure before me. You're late. I've been waiting a while. The man standing there is none other than the very one who led me to Idea. A great criminal and supreme traitor who has already slaughtered 4 Idea apostles. Oh, now we're up to 4! A great criminal and supreme traitor. Oh, you know it's Saint Germain. Come on. Saint Germain. I mean, you're like, the one who stands before me. Saint Germain. We fucking know it. Like, come on. Come on! We knew it! Look at him. I'm adorable. Oh, she stands there in the forest, as if she had been waiting for me all this time. The strongest of the 13 apostles that make up the forces of Idea. The tragic queen, Guinevere. Because she's so fucking beautiful. I can't stand it. He's beautiful, but she is just goddamn magnificent. I've been told you've already killed 4 other apostles before arriving here. Yes, it was a necessity. I'm amazed. So many apostles is only only a few days. How many thousands of lives have you taken with that sword? You must be joking. They were already dead, just like us. Life was something they never had. Yes, that's right. Our lives ended long ago. Don't you find it funny that the dead guide the living through history? I was hoping to catch her off guard, but she is looking right at me. And, is it my turn now? Yes, you are far stronger than any of the other apostles, which means as long as I can defeat you, she won't be in as much danger anymore. That's why I must defeat you before this broken body of mine ceases functioning. I smile lightly and step forward, but Guinevere narrows her eyes. Are you aware of what you're doing right now? Even if you go on and kill all the apostles, there will be no escaping death for you. You won't even have time to celebrate your victory. True enough, this victory was never meant for me anyway. And, for we apostles of Idea, death is a welcome deliverance, is it not? You're right, it is. We smile at each other sardonically. We laugh bitterly for a moment, the hollow laughter of 2 immortals, then Guinevere shakes her head. I can't believe that you, the most loyal of them all, have tainted your hands with a betrayal as severe as this. The only difference is, I'm not fighting for the world's future, but for hers. You've changed. Perhaps. I feel like I'm giving them the same fucking voice. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I smile at Guinevere. She looks at me expressionless. Loving someone you shouldn't only brings about misfortune. It's not up to you to decide whether I should love her or not. Oh, she's so beautiful when she smiles and laughs. Was my response unsatisfactory? No, I just envy you. I envy you for being able to change. She slowly puts her helmet on, as if doing so would shield her from her own emotions. I can clearly tell that her entire body is charged with power. Aren't you exhausted from your battles with the other apostles? Saint Germain, how many more lives do you have left? Who knows? Why don't you see for yourself? Although I will kill you before you can find out. Ha! Seems we have a long battle ahead of us. With those words, they both take up their weapons with the full intention of battling to the death. And a protracted fight begins. Several days before this battle began, after my encounter with Saint Germain at the Tower Bridge, I still can't move after being drugged, so I lean against the handrail of the bridge. All I can do is watch in frustration as the sun rises. By the time I'm finally able to move again, the sun has already pulled itself up from the horizon. Morning has arrived. Bird. Saint Germain, where are you? I run through the street where people have begun to emerge and call his name. What you screaming at, bird? Talking to the birds outside? Do you see a birdie out there? I can't lean back too far with my bouncy ball. People give me odd looks, but I don't care. Where are you? I cling to a sliver of hope that Saint Germain may be nearby, and I run and run, calling out to him until I'm hoarse. But really, I know more than anyone that he wouldn't be here. Saint Germain. My legs get tired and my voice weakens and trails off. Saint Germain is gone. He left me and went off to fight alone. Why? He said that my smile is what made me happy. He said that he would give his life to protect it. But giving your life won't make me happy at all. There's no way I can smile when you're not here. I fall to my knees and begin to sob. What can I possibly do to save him? After a while, I stagger back to where we're staying, where Lupin and the others welcome me, but are surprised that I'd left. It seems they just realized that I was missing and were just about to go out into the city to look for me. They all seem relieved to see me in one piece, but they're a bit upset that I took action alone. Who knew you were this stupid? Ha! Van Helsing, I love it when you call me stupid. Oh, God. That's so bad. You shouldn't love anybody that calls you stupid, but fucking me's gorgeous. I thought you would have learned your lesson about going off on your own. And now this? Oh, I love that you're so pouty and beautiful. I'm sorry. Scold me. What? Nothing? I think I need to be punished, so maybe a spanking? I mean, what? I can't get over it. He's my number one. He's so fucking fine. And I can't. I'm sure you had a good reason. You're so sweet. Either way, can you tell us what happened? I nod and begin to tell them one thing at a time. I told them about Omnibus and how she spoke to me about the organization called Idea. I told them about Saint Germain's true identity. It was no coincidence that all of us had been brought together, but that the Count had set us up so that we would meet. What? Huh? Saint Germain planned for us to all meet? No way. That actually makes sense to me. The century's greatest thief, a war hero, a genius engineer, and the heir to the vampire throne. Wait. And you, Victor. And most of all, Isaac Beckford's daughter, carrier of the horologium. Delhi is the vampire thing. What are you? Why were you not in there? And you, by the way. There's no way this group would come together naturally. It's all too outlandish to be coincidence. And them labeling you a traitor and running away. It all makes sense when you think that the Count was pulling the strings all along, I suppose. I nod at Van Helsing's words, then Victor asks me to continue my story. Omnibus told me that I had to go to Tower Bridge alone if I ever wanted to see Saint Germain again. I met Saint Germain there, and we exchanged some words. Then Saint Germain decided to turn against Idea to protect me. As a traitor, Saint Germain's immortality would be taken away from him. And in the little time that he has left, before his demise, he's gone off to fight the rest of Idea's apostles by himself. As I tell them these details, they all remain silent. Van Helsing is the first to speak up once I'm done. Now we're all up to speed. It's a lot to think about, but before we give you our opinions, I want to hear what you think about all this. Spacey, what are you going to do? I take a deep breath and look around at the others. As they stare at me, I press one hand against my chest and speak. This would have been a good, point to have, a choice thing. I'm going to do this or that. And not that it would change anything, but at least you have a choice, you know? If I just sit here and wait in silence, there is a chance that Saint Germain will end it all for me. Idea's apostles may be destroyed, and I may no longer be threatened, but Saint Germain will definitely die. I clenched my fist so tight that my nails dig into my palms. Like, could have been like, I'm definitely gonna fight for him, or I have no fucking idea. Or I'm gonna fight for him, or I'm gonna fight for him. That would have been great. I think they're both the same. I don't want the memory of his face, that last smile he showed me, to fade away and be lost forever. Take a picture, bitch. But it's funny because he touched his face, but we didn't see that smile. I wish they had given us that, but maybe we'll get it in a later one. I can't accept that. There's no way I can accept that. Do you have a plan? Of course I don't. That's what you assholes are for. It's not much, but I'm thinking of meeting directly with Omnibus to talk with her about saving Saint Germain. Everyone looks at me with wide eyes. Simply stopping Saint Germain will still lead to his eventual demise. If I can hope for any good outcome, this is the only way there is. Hold on a second. You make it sound so easy, but is it even possible to negotiate with her? Isn't she like the leader of an organization that's been manipulating the world behind the scenes or something? It'll probably be more difficult than speaking with Victoria. Yes, if I was on my own, I probably wouldn't even be able to reach Omnibus. That's why I know it's a lot to ask, but I need your help. Can you help me save Saint Germain? Please? There's a brief silence. It seems like they're all on the fence about it. Where the fuck is Lupin? There we go! I'm like, where the fuck is that bitch? Where did he go? No way. I look up at him in surprise at this unexpected rejection from him. Lupin had been quiet all this time, but now he's looking at me suspiciously. Lupin? Lupin, are you serious? She really needs our help. It would be ungentlemanly to refuse. I can't help someone who doesn't trust her friends. Lupin walks toward me with a stern expression. He stops right in front of me and stares into my eyes. I feel like this was the best one to do last. I feel like it's almost canon that this one should be done before Lupin, because most of the time he's like, oh, well, whatever, you're in love with him, oh, that's so great. And this one he's like, well, you know, he almost had that hesitance when we were in the graveyard. Like, you were like, wait, what, does he actually, like, have a thing for us? And now he's like, ah, and now he's all bitchy about it. And I'm like, so I feel like this is perfect because this is almost like him being like, I loved you, girl. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there's just this thing, and it almost just leads perfectly to, like, you go down his path, and he's like, oh, finally, you chose me. You know? Like, I don't know. I just feel like this flow, like, there's just something, like, that we didn't have with him before. He didn't have this attitude with us. He was always, like, happy, like, oh, I can't, or, like, you fell in love with Impey? Weird. And everyone else, he was like, oh, you guys are a marvelous couple. I'm so happy for you. And now he's like, no. Talk to the hands, because the face don't want to listen, bitch. Like, I don't know. He stops right in front of me and stares into my eyes. Spacey, why didn't you just tell us everything yesterday? That's because Omnibus told me not to. I know that, and I know she has some strange powers. Even if you couldn't tell us straight out, if you just thought logically, you would have found some other way to communicate. He's all pissed. Oh, he's sexy when he's pissed. If the others had been with me back there, if they'd been with me, I might have been able to stop Saint Germain. I hang my head in shame at this realization. I'm sorry. Saint Germain's not the only one who cares about you. We all do. That's why, if you consider us your friends, you've got to tell us these things. Yes. Ah! He's all mad at us, and it's like, oh, are you gonna, do I have to sit in the corner? I've been naughty. You and Van Helsing are all mad at me, and it's fucking sexy as shit. Like, this game, there's something seriously wrong with me. I nod, then Lupin takes a deep breath and laughs, lightening up. I mean, the only one who's really to blame here is Saint Germain, who didn't tell us anything. When this is all over, I'm going to punch him. That'll make things even. I love him. I'm going to punch him. You're just going to backhand him a little bit. I'm just going to slap him. Oh, you're adorable. I suppose. Lupin's consideration is heartwarming. Devilish little grin. I do my best to smile, then Victor and the others sigh in relief. I guess it's settled. I'd like to have a word with the Count as well. You have my support. Oh, look at that beautiful little grin on his face. Okay. Girl, I need to clutch my pearls, fan myself, and I need a fainting couch. I'm helping too, obviously. What about you, Impey? Never doubt it. I'll do anything my princess wants. This is like the man harem ending, I feel like, because they're all like, we love you so much. We'll go help you find your boyfriend. Only if we all get to share you. Like, the good ending is gonna be like, we all share Spacey, man harem, woo! Sad that I want that so bad. I was about to make a big mistake. I'm not the only one worried about Saint Germain. Everyone is just as concerned about him. Thank you, guys. A warm emotion swells up inside my empty heart. First things first, I guess we'll begin tracking Omnibus's location. Right. Spacey, why don't you get some rest? I'm sure you're tired. But no buts. Except for Van Helsing's, because it's fine. I'm sorry. Anyway. It always comes back to that CJ. I can't get it out of my brain. Anyway. No buts. You're going to be the one speaking with this omnibus or whoever. All of our efforts will go to waste if you fail. So just focus all your energy on thinking of ways to save Saint Germain. He's right. We'll make sure to take you as far as we can to get you there. All right. After talking about their next moves, Lupin and the others get to work. I let out a small sigh, then look around me. I catch sight of Deli sitting in a corner of the room. What's the matter, Deli? You've been so quiet. It's just... Deli looks at me, apparently undecided about something. And then he looks up at the ceiling and says in a small voice, You're not bad for a human. I would certainly like to help you if I could, but I'm sorry. There's something I have to do. Something you have to do? I ask him, curious, and he nods curtly. I was just speaking with Lupin and the others about this. Rumor has it that there are surviving vampires in the northern part of Britain. What? I don't know if it's true. It may just be false alarm. But if it's valid, as the descendant of the Vampire King, I must go see for myself. That's why... I smile gently as Deli trails off, having some difficulty finding the right words. I'll be fine. Thank you so much for all your help. Have a safe trip, Deli. I hope we get to meet again when it's all over. I promise I'll return. Van Helsing and I have yet to settle our own score as well. Deli looks at me, then opens his mouth several times in an attempt to say something. He then closes his eyes and speaks quietly. If you lose hope in humanity, you can come to me. I shall protect you. Oh my god, he's so adorable! Oh my god, okay. So, this is a good place to end it. I'm going to wrap this part up here because it's kind of gone over, but I just didn't want to stop in the middle of conversations. And anyway, so I will wrap this part up here, and we will keep going, and we'll maybe get down the normal path on the next part. I don't know, but we'll see. So, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up, and subscribe to see more.